Greetings, my name is Samir Madani and I work at DOVADO. And it was 5 years ago we launched our first router supporting USB modems for mobile broadband. Back then we had 3.6 and 7.2 megabit speeds, and since then we've done all our software updates to allow newer modems and newer speeds to come in. And then subsequently we came out with a new model that could handle the higher speeds that come out of 4G LTE mobile networks. And those are the 100 megabit modems. However, 2013, a whole new category of speed has been introduced to the market, and that is LTE category 4, also meaning 150 megabits of 4G. Now, to harness those kind of speeds, we have come up with a whole new platform called the DOVADO PRO. And this router it's our third generation dual USB port router with a whole bunch of features. And on one of the ports you can plug in a USB modem for 150 megabits, like that. And in the second port you can plug in a home automation controller if you like, such as a Telstick. And that will allow you to remotely power off and on the lights at home. You can do it with a mobile app, such as the DOVADO Remote, or you can send in an SMS or a PC application, if you like. On the back side, we have multiple Ethernet ports, and they're all gigabits. So you have 4 LAN ports and a single WAN port. Now, if you're using fixed broadband as your primary internet access, you have the option of plugging that in there. And if you have a modem inserted at the same time, you can have failover. So in case the fixed broadband goes down, you can go straight over to 3G or 4G. And you can get an SMS of that break. Now, should the fixed broadband go up, it will go straight back to the fixed broadband. The ports on the front here, the USB ports, they're called Smart USB. And that is a feature which we came up with 2 years ago in the DOVADO Tiny. That was the first router to include that. Now, Smart USB allows the router to electrically repower the USB modem in case of any failure. And that is good if you want a 24/7 online experience, because many modems might at times crash and there's no way to repower them without rebooting the entire router. Well, DOVADO's routers contain Smart USB functionality. We started off with the DOVADO Tiny, then the DOVADO Doma, DOVADO Go recently, and now the DOVADO Pro. We have support also for external storage, so if you want to plug in a thumb drive or a hard disk in here, you can have very high speed throughput on that, up to 180 megabits on the read, and that means you can put all your photos and videos on a central disk for the whole family to access. And we'll proceed now to the next segment, but before I get there, I also want to explain Wi-Fi. We have 2 Wi-Fi antennas totaling 300 megabits of airspeed, and these antennas are detachable. So you can plug in any size of antenna that you like, and these ones here are quite strong on their own. They're 3 decibel, and if you place one up and one down, you can cover a full house, a couple of floors. And if you have an apartment, place both up, and that'll give you great coverage and great speed. So, next segment, we'll be showing you the speed throughput on this router from the mobile network to the fixed network. And now for a little change of scenery. We have the DOVADO Pro set up here at home, and it's at the kitchen windowsill here, and behind us or in front of us over there, way off in the distance, is a 4G base station. So we have a pretty good line of sight here. I have the Cat4 modem plugged into the front of the router here, and an Ethernet cable between the router and the computer here. So the speed test I normally do is with an FTP client, and if we resume this traffic, we can measure as well. As you can see there, it immediately shot up to a very high speed, and you can see that the maximum transfer rate scored 148.8, and I'm not doing anything with the modem, it's just standing there like that. And if I wanted to turn it around a little bit just to find, oh, there you go, 149.7. I didn't move it yet. So current transfer rate is 147, average is 145,
almost. So in about, let's see, 1 minute's time you can get nearly a gigabyte downloaded. That's very fast. There we have it, 150.0 megabits, just like the brochure says.